Welcome to Unfinished.
Well, guys, we're here. It's a beautiful sunny day in the neighborhood. And I'm with my two favorite guys. I should be tanning somewhere in Maldives, but I choose home first. I told Nomad, sun's out, buns out, and he got really red. I don't know if he's blushing, guys, but we'll take it from here. This is another episode of Unfinished, and we have a spicy topic for you guys today.
We're going to be talking about what do you need to do to get what you want. And I'm going to start off with a quote from Denzel Washington. To get what you never had, you got to do what you never, ever did.
Absolutely, positively. And I believe in that.
That goes with your saying buns out, right?
Buns out. Good one. He got me there. That's a nice one. So I'm on a health journey, you guys. The boys here, every day they set me up and they try to give me more calories than I already took for the day.
We're just trying to help out your future husband so you have a hard time running away.
Absolutely not. You guys are trying to make me a stereotypical Somali woman.
No,
I am trying to be the next Serena Williams without the effort, with less effort at least. And so speaking on that, I'm on a health journey. I started off as being a vegan. I did that for about 3 months. I feel much better. I feel like my sleep is great. A lot of the unhealthy habits that I learned as a child came from our upbringing. Obviously, we're Somalis. Salid, malawah, butter, every
good thing you talked about. Continue. Talk about the goodness.
Every like high sugar drinks and high sugar foods and meats that we eat 7 days a week is not always good for us. It's smooth.
You still have the malawah on Saturday.
No.
I have Bella on Snap. She still has the malawah on Saturdays. Don't let her count.
I told you.
Don't let her count.
Saturdays I go low. I go very low on Saturdays. I might have regular sugar. But yeah, going on Nomad's quote here, I am having to cut back on a lot of things that became a regular habit for me my whole entire life. So how could you break these kind of habits if you're not willing to go somewhere you've never went? And that's staying away from the cookie jar. Life's not that easy, is it? When you're 30 and you have long-term habits that you've already kind of picked up.
That's the beautiful thing about life. You can unbreak anything that you have done with your life. You can rebuild your life, and I believe life is about evolving. In my experience, I decided to get butt-ass naked in the world, tell her how it is, who I am, and then build myself up from there. And Bella, I had a question for you. You're a big dreamer.
Way to set me up.
Hey, you're a big dreamer. You're a big dreamer, right? So your name says it all. How does your imaginations get you the things and experiences you got in life?
Honestly, I think I would call myself a very disciplined person. I'm disciplined and I am...
But you have fun.
I have fun. But I'm one of those, I always want to evolve. And I'm always trying to challenge myself. So if somebody tells me I can't do it, when I first said I wanted to be a vegan, everybody in my house is like, girl, bye. Meat is cooked every single day in this house. You're going to just skip it. First of all, you can't even cook for yourself. That's what my sister said. Let's start from that. How are you going to make these fancy little vegan meals that you make for yourself? And so I felt very discouraged. But then I have a thing where, it's called the youngest child syndrome, where you want to prove everybody that you can do what they say you can't do. So I started with easy vegetarian burgers, and my imagination took me to a place of no return, you guys. Sometimes I failed, but I mean, I was trying to get to the 90. First of all, the first step was to get it to the 30 days, and alhamdulillah, I actually was able to get to 90 days, and so I have... Uncounting. No, I stopped. I like my chicken suqar way too much. In rotation, you can have meat in rotation. The Prophet ﷺ said meat should be not something, it's like a delicacy, right? It was never a part of his daily meals. So I don't know where the Somalis picked that tradition up.
We're carnivores. I love meat. I ain't never given it up.
It's not, but you don't eat meat every day, right? Or, some people say a meal is not, even my dad used to say a lot, a meal is not a meal without some sort of meat. Hilib.
If you got just rice, what is that?
What is that?
What is that? I just want to know what that is.
That's what it is.
And
Carbs.
you had a good time eating it?
It's carbs.
No, that's a job.
No.
That's a job.
Yeah.
That's a job.
That's carbs. You don't
Rice by itself is a job. That's not
You
food.
could have tofu. You could have fish.
Oh my god.
You know, there's even like, what do you call it? All meat. What do you call it? Those fake like burgers where you think that Beyond Meat.
Beyond
like the
Meat.
Beyond, you know?
So let me ask you a
Somalis
question.
just need alternatives.
Have you ever went to a restaurant and said, hey, let me just get the rice?
No.
Okay then. Why haven't you done that?
Guess what I do? I say, let me get the rice and the tofu. Come on, there's a substitute for the meat. And that's the challenge of everything.
I don't think people do want to hear about tofu.
Yeah. Keep those foods to yourself.
Okay,
all right?
we're going back to wants and needs. You know, our mind
Nobody
is
wants to hear
registered.
about
No,
that.
but our brains is registered to think that we want meat. You want. Like, part of life is desires. Yeah, part of life is desires, and it's like, it's your brain. You have to rewire your brain to know that what is it that you really need. You really need to be hydrated. You shouldn't be going a whole day without 2 liters of water. Meat, you could go days without and wouldn't be a bad health defect. Nothing would happen to you.
But I need to enjoy food.
No, Somalis need to rewire.
No, we need to enjoy food. I don't want to enjoy food. I need to enjoy food.
And then, you know how you enjoy food?
Yes, how's that?
You need to approach the way you think about food differently.
That's another reason you use your imagination very well.
Yeah.
Love it.
We're different.
Yeah, Smooth. You are a master at negotiating and getting things done, and gifted with that skill. Do you remember a moment in your life that shocked you that you actually made something happen out of nothing?
Facts.
Oh, I want to hear it.
So
that one time you called me.
Nah, that's not what happened. That's not what happened. Never ever. Come on,
Okay.
you know our relationship's built on truth. Come on now. Don't let anybody tell you anything else. So let me tell you. So there's a time where I was in grade 11. It was biology. You know, my homie was in the class. Shout out to my homie. He knows who he is. When he hears the story, he'll know who I'm talking about. So me and him, we used to go to this class. Our teacher was really old. So we'd go to the class and we'd always take the hall pass and go to the washroom and go to the hallways and hit on girls. And the girls will tell us no and say, damn, we got to work on it, come back again tomorrow. We do this every day consistently the whole year.
No means no.
Yeah, no means no. Every time we took the no, we ran back home. We wrote some notes. What worked, what didn't work. By the end of the year, come on, we cleaned house. So now it's the end of the year. We're having exams. So we have our exam. I have a 35 in the class going into the exam. So I need a 85 on this exam to pass this class. So my chances of passing this class are slim to none because I have not attended this class. I don't know what's going on. I do not know anything except my name.
How did you do it, Smooth?
So what happened was,
how did you do it?
I get to the exam. The night before, I prayed, Fajr, I did everything, made dua.
Got your mind.
Asked for help from God, because that's the only person that can help me in that situation. Because my brain was not helping me. I go to the class. The teacher that is doing the exam is a French lady that doesn't speak English.
Okay.
And she is trying to take control of the class, but she does not speak English.
What's the chances of that happening?
So what are the chances? I don't know. So now where do I sit? I sit in the middle of the class. Who do I put beside me?
They're mathematicians?
I put one girl behind me, right beside me, one girl behind her, one girl behind her, one girl behind her. There's 4 sections in this exam. All of them excel in one section. I put my name on the exam, passed it over. One girl did her part, passed it back. Next girl did her part, passed it to the other girl. She did her part, passed it to the other girl. She did her part.
You sound like you're
the principal walks in because the whole class is screaming. Everybody's walking around. No one's listening to the lady. She's speaking French, and we're all saying we don't speak French. So now the principal walks in. As soon as she walks, I get my paper. So the last girl did the last part. She did the bonus question too. So boom, the principal walks in and says, I'm here for the rest of the exam. Whoever's done can leave now. Whoever's not, sit down and shut your mouth. Miss, I am ready to go. Wrote my name, gave it to her. Now, the school I went to, you come back a week later after exam to get your marks and everything. So I go to every class. I passed every class. I know biology, high chance I didn't pass, so I went to that class last. I walk into the classroom. The teacher's sitting in the back. The lights are dim. It's like a movie. The lights are dim. She's sitting in the back. She says, come in. I said, oh, shit, okay. I come, she said, sit down. I said, okay. I sit down. She goes like, so first things first. You got the highest mark in the history of my exams.
Okay.
You got perfect and the bonus question.
What an idiot. You couldn't even just
hold up,
man. You're not a good cheater.
No, hold up. There's a great ending to the story.
Yeah.
She says, this exam is written in 4 different inks. I said, damn, I didn't think all that. I'm like, miss, with my chest, I wrote this exam.
Yeah.
It was me. You didn't know my potential. This is what I do. She said, listen.
You're going to take it again?
We can negotiate. I said, negotiate.
I love this.
This is where I do my thing. Let us talk.
Yeah.
She says, I'm not going to turn you in for cheating. I will give you a 50 in the class so you can pass. You have to promise me one thing.
You'll never
I said,
cheat
what
again?
is this? Not you'll never cheat. Come on, she knows I'm going to cheat again.
Yeah.
Tell me you'll never take biology again in your life. I said, miss, I promise you I will never ever take biology in this life or the next life. I promise you. She said, thank you very much. Here's your 50. I walked out of there, fist in the air, said, this is what I do.
Okay.
Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
I love it.
Amazing.
Shout out to
Disclaimer,
her.
this might not work for you, so don't get kicked out of university wanting to be like smooth. Don't do that, okay?
There's a reason why.
All right, we are not gonna come there and be in your defense at York University. We're not doing that, okay?
No. We don't encourage cheating. That was a long time ago. That was a long time
Stay in
ago.
school, kids.
Stay in school. You know, I got my education, finished college.
Highly educated.
You know, made Hoya proud. So
Absolutely.
guys, you could turn your life around. I did. Turn it around, boys and girls. Turn it around.
You know, the thing about being a young Somali is we love the finesse.
Love it.
Love the finesse.
Love it.
We love confidence. We all got insane confidence. Every Somali thinks they're the greatest thing this world's ever seen. And we're going to talk
facts.
about that next episode. But I'm going to talk about 3 things that I want, because I got a taste for the finer things in life.
Because you're such a baddie. I already knew it. When I seen you eating the sushi with the chopsticks, I'm like,
This is what he does?
très bien.
Today, man.
Sweeter. I don't know what's sweeter, the eyebrows or the chopsticks in the hand. All right, take it from
Anyways.
there. Man.
The 3 things that I got to taste.
Smooth is blushing.
Has nothing to do with me.
You know, I love this is like when, okay, I was gonna say when, you know, Charlemagne and what's his name, and DJ Envy, they flirt all day. Well, they don't flirt, but like
Yeah, they
get
do.
back.
Yeah, they do.
Oh, you guys remind me of that. Okay, go ahead.
Go.
Wow. Anyways, the 3 things that I have a taste for in this world are land, gold, and camel. I may or may not have some.
Classy much.
And I wanted to know, what do you guys want in this world? And how are you going to get it? You want to tell us what you
Why
want?
am I a selfish person? Sometimes I let you speak.
Oh, is that your way to say you don't know what to say?
Oh, wow.
You want me to go into it then?
If you say so.
If you insist.
starts with
If
a
you
pro.
insist, right?
If you insist. Ladies go first, right?
Ladies first, always.
Okay.
You know, smooth as gentlemen.
So we're talking about worldly affairs today, you guys. So don't think I'm some cliche like, oh my God, all this girl cares about
gotta
is a
have a
Tesla.
share, yeah.
All this girl cares about is a Tesla, because I don't. I'm not even really good at high tech stuff, you know? Anything from Apple I've ever got is a gift. Hint, hint. In case these guys ever want to give me a birthday gift.
Yeah.
The high end.
Apple's above my pay grade.
Okay, are you guys gonna listen to my 3? Are you guys not gonna listen to my 3
Yes,
needs?
go ahead. Sorry.
I would love to buy a house in Somalia, because I think houses in Toronto are overrated, and I'm not buying $1 million house for a mini little mansion.
I thought you moved to Minnesota.
That too. I'm gonna go to Minnesota, but come on. After that, I need to go to Somalia. Minnesota is still not a place I really
not
would
Somalia.
want to buy a house.
Close enough.
It's close enough, but I would love to see myself buying a house in Somalia. You know, in
Inshallah.
Lida Beach, have
That's a
some
big
fresh foods, fresh mangoes. I'm just so humble. That's it. Why is he laughing? I'm just a humble soul, you guys. I don't need much in this world. I would like my own space, and that's why I'm moving out of my house soon. In case my sisters want to listen to that. Sorry, how
That's
about
not
you?
happening. That's what I mean.
All right, so now it's Smooth's turn. I'm not as humble. So what do I want? I also want a house in Somalia. You know what I mean? I want that for
Try to be
my parents. And then now she's saying I'm biting. I'm not biting. I said I want it for my parents and them, not for myself. I want them to have somewhere, you know, a summer home for them to enjoy and go back home. You know, they always tell us stories. I want a Beamer because I feel like I would look good in a Beamer. You know what I mean? It just makes sense. You feel me?
Facts, yeah.
Yeah. Also, what I want.
Do Beamers have top off?
There's drop tops.
What's the cars
you
with
know what I mean?
with the stars? That's what I need. Can I take back my
Rolls
accent?
Royce?
Yeah.
The Rolls Royce with the stars on top? You need that?
Yeah,
She
definitely.
wants that. Okay. So the humble Bella's gone. Bella's back.
I'm definitely.
And lastly, what would I want?
You always wanted to learn how to swim.
I did, but like that's not something
know how to swim?
I don't need. No, I don't. I know how to survive.
You know how to
Float.
swim?
I can float.
You obviously don't listen.
What I want.
man, you don't
what I
listen.
want. If I could have like a unlimited food truck, I would want that.
What kind of food?
Like anything I wanted. Like any day I came up to the food truck, they're like, yo, today we have this for you. Like they know what I want. You know what I mean? Like my food truck tailored to me. Crazy.
You know, Nomad,
guys are not
your
thinking
friend
like me.
here
You
is a
guys are
very,
not.
very picky eater. Have you ever tried to order something with him?
He's very simple. I don't know what you're talking about.
Absolutely,
you, thank
positively
you.
not. We went
You
to
are
the
more
no. We
confusing
went to
than
the
I
Tim
am.
Hortons drive-through, and I said, "What would you like?" He said, "Ask for a raspberry lemonade." The lady said, "We don't have any raspberry lemonade." He goes, "I'm great." And I said, "Coffee, tea, French vanilla, croissant."
And I
He
said,
likes what he likes.
no,
Broaden
thank you.
your
He likes what he
horizons.
likes. He knows what he likes.
I like
He's
it.
one of those people that come to the restaurant and he'll order like sushi at a steakhouse and be like, "There's no sushi here? Okay, like I'm."
You see
No.
that now she's sushi and me don't get along. She knows that.
Yeah.
She's well aware of me and
You're
sushi's
so
relationship.
picky.
And I'm not picky. I like what I like.
That's
You're
it.
picky.
That's what that's what it's all about, right? I like what I like.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, and
So you get what you like, and I'm gonna choose not to get what I like sometimes.
Do you think we could unlearn what we like?
100%, because what I liked when I was younger is different from what I like now. And now I'm on a path to get married, and that's something that I want. And how did I prepare to get ready for marriage? Well, I cut off girls. I started working on myself, because if you go into marriage, insecurities, if you ain't holding your end of the bargain, you're dead. You're dead, because a woman could break you.
I love how you put that. That's actually like absolutely it. That's it. You nailed it.
Because when I was younger, I always knew. My whole life, I always lived by a code. I would under-promise and try to over-deliver. That's the best way to live life. And you live like that too, Smooth.
Yeah.
And that's how you're able to get more done and have more fun while you're living life. Because at the end of the day, if you're making promises and you can't hold it, I've done that before, but you learn the hard way. Because sooner or later, you're going to be on that telephone booth calling Tyrone.
Not going cry cute in the background. Absolutely. No, I like how you said it. It's you need to be able to know what you need to work on, and a lot of us don't have that power of
Everybody's different.
self-reflection.
But everybody's different, right? Some people, they'll jump into marriage and they'll figure it out as it goes, right? I look at marriage like a sinking ship, and you got to find a way to get to shore. As soon as you jump in, it's sinking. So you got to figure out how to make it work.
That scares me though. Why would you say something like that?
It's the facts. You think it's easy? It's gonna be hard. I like when I started when I started the journey. You know what I did?
Yeah.
I started talking to guys that have been married for over a decade and asking them questions like, "Yo, what should
I always wanted to do that.
You should do that."
But you know what I noticed? And you guys should listen up. What I've noticed is though, like sometimes when you're a single girl or a girl that's not married and you're looking to like maybe look at friends or family members and like kind of see their marriage as a reflection or try to ask them questions, I feel like a lot of females, I'm not going to say males because I don't speak to males about their marriage, a lot of females sugarcoat their marriage. They will never tell you the ups and downs of it. They're always going to only tell you the good side of it.
course.
And then it's so scary because then you're like, you never want to overstep people's boundaries. And it doesn't come from a place where you're trying to be like fishing for problems or fishing for this. But I know the day that I get married is not that I'm going to go around sharing every little spilled milk. But when things that I've overcome, like, I know that I'm an argumentative person. I have been told that I'm an argumentative person. I'm working on choosing my battles when I argue with people. My sister always says to me, like, you're not going to be able to, you could talk to that siblings, you can't go to a man's house and say whatever you want and like talk the way you want to talk. So I feel like I started working on my communication skills because I do want to get married too, right? And so if I was to run into these problems of like arguing with a male or this and that, maybe there's girls that have the same problem as me. I'll be like, I was like you. I was fiery going into my marriage. And these are the things that I did to stay afloat. I feel like a lot of girls don't do that for girls that are single or about to get married because they don't even want to act like there's any fire in that house. They want to act like everything is, yes, we did it together and we're on the same page every single day of our life. And it's like, it's so sugar-coated to the point that it's like, is everybody's marriage great, until everybody starts dropping.
No, you know what?
It's scary.
Keep it true.
Yeah,
Because
wallahi, it's
They're
so
gonna hide
scary.
their end, right? They're not going to tell you about the hardships they go through. Even the guys that I talk to, they don't tell me about what they specifically go through. They're just telling me.
I feel like men are more open though.
No,
men are-
they're not going to tell you what happened.
Of course, and I don't want to know. You
They'll-
know, people think people have to know. I don't want to know A, B, C, D.
So when
I want you to tell me in a way where, you know, like sometimes don't yell at a man 2 days in a row about the same thing. Give him some patience. Like try to give advice or try to speak about things that you overcame without sharing too much details. This is not a tell-all. I'm not Oprah. I'm not sitting here asking specific questions. You're not getting $1.1 million for this interview.
But
I feel like
I have a lot of married friends too, right?
What do you think?
So in the sense, but in that sense, like how she said, like I really feel like men are more open with it because the way we have a relationship since we were little. So like me and my homies, the relationship we had since we were in the sandbox. So when they got married, they did whatever they did, they had kids, mashallah, they're doing their thing, they're happily married, they're doing their thing. So like if I have any questions or anything, like I'll never be scared to ask my homie the raw, the real, and he'll never be afraid to tell me the raw or the real. However it is, he's gonna spit it how he lives it, because at the end of the day, he wants me to be in a position just like him. He wants me to be married for a long time. He's not giving me advice where it's like,
let me
advice,
hide this, let
me hide something from you, and then later on when it hits you and I say, oh broski, I didn't tell you this, that, and the third. Like he's not gonna send me in blind. He's gonna tell me things that he may not tell anybody else because he knows that stayed between me and him. That's cold. That's love.
You're a different breed of human because you're curious. So you ask more detailed questions.
Yeah.
And when somebody gives you an answer, you're not taking it. You're gonna go more in depth.
Of course, no. But I also want like a blueprint in life because this is something I don't know anything about.
Seek advice.
I'm not. I'm those people that like I love to learn. Regardless, I love to learn. So I'm not the person that knows everything. I never go into a room and feel like I know everything.
But you know what I love
to be in a room.
Men come from a place of understanding. I think from a lot of females, we love each other. We say sister support, but I think there's a lot of hidden intimidation between women, especially married women and non-married women. So I feel like with married women, it's always, they come off as a notion as I'm already on the other side of the fence, and everything has to look sunny on that side of the fence. You know, a man's like, yo, fam, knocked out, you know? I've never had one of my married friends ever tell me, this guy pissed me off today. And I have a lot of married friends, you get me? So it's like, it's
You're
this...
going in blind, that's what you feel like.
Yeah, so it's just kind of... No, I have sisters. Oh, my sisters don't play that game. I got married sisters. So, alhamdulillah, I feel sorry for girls that really don't have siblings and stuff. I have married sisters, and don't get it twisted, I probably have like a handful of my married sister, her friends group. You see, I feel like the younger generation, the new... Like, we're more like, not in a battle, but like nobody wants to share their truth to the point that people want to hide when they're getting married. People want to hide when there's a bad marriage. Everything is like evil eye, evil eye. They took the whole evil eye thing to a whole different universe, you know?
The patience too.
Like,
Patience
you know, even me, like when I originally wanted to get married or was thinking of getting married, I was telling my sister, okay, let's not like go around telling everybody until we sit down and the families meet. My sister was like, this is such a farah thing. She's telling anybody, the neighbor, hey, you know what?
That's the culture.
Like it's like
they get
the thing.
excited.
It's like
They get excited.
Words go out very fast in this world, and it's like sometimes you want to keep certain things to yourself, and then when you're ready to tell people when things are more placed in firm
concrete,
action, then you could be like, hey, yo, this is what's happening. This is what's happening.
Well, yo, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
From your life experience, not only with this marriage stuff.
Yeah.
Do you think like everything comes down to mindset?
Of course.
The energy you have, whatever you put out, right? When you fear something, it comes true.
Oh my God, you're so right. Okay, absolutely. Can we get like,
She's having a moment.
You know what we need? Drop a clues bomb for Nomad.
Okay, go ahead. I
Big
want to hear
effect.
this.
I always told people I wear not even my feelings on my sleeve. I'm one of those people. I always try to and I overshared. I had a thing where I overshared with people because I'm an open book. Like, this is what's happening. The more opinions, the more like you know how they say the truth sets you free.
That's how I will live.
Yes, the truth sets you free. And so I built up this confidence where whatever happened to me, it was gonna happen to me. It was written for me, right? So when I say like getting married and wanting to not share, it's not that I don't want to share. It's like when things are set in stone, there's a difference between telling your family and then everything being set in stone right away and then sharing with the public. Certain things has to play its part before you go and share with the public. But people, females in general, they will be so anxious about the most littlest thing, and like it will eat them inside for just keeping it a secret, or like
it's hard.
And then what's gonna happen the minute you breathe and you release it,
you deal with it.
You have to deal with it face forward right away.
And it's a good thing. It puts pressure on you to get it done.
Yeah.
That's a good thing. And like I've always lived my life like that, where I was raw. Like I just said what I felt and whatever I thought, because I always believe if it's meant to be, it's meant to be. And I always used to look at people like they were weird because they would hide their intentions. And I never really I never hide my intentions. I live in the open, always live in the open, and I'm comfortable putting myself
but you
out
know,
there.
I think it comes natural. Like sometimes I always said, am I the dummy that goes around and just shares all my information, and I'm such an idiot and people could just withhold so many things with this ill will? No, it's because we're genuinely like just genuine people, and sometimes being truthful and being genuine, you think that a lot of people have good intentions for you, but it's just you not trying to think bad of other people. Do you get it?
Of course.
It's just, it comes with a place of just like...
You give everybody the benefit of the doubt.
Yeah, exactly.
Like you just say like, this person has a good heart. Like how I go into everything when I meet people is... Unless you show me something otherwise,
exactly,
I think you're a good person.
And
right away.
And like, you know what I love about Smooth is like, even if somebody does him wrong, he doesn't hold it against him, because they're human at the end of the day, right? People make mistakes. People are going to do you wrong. People are going to take advantage of you, right?
And
you can't change your character for somebody. No. You can't get someone to get you out of your character.
Yeah, you know, like positivity is something that's very important. I'm going to tell you guys a funny story. When I was in Somalia. And there was this guy that was in the neighborhood, and every day when I would come outside, he'd be screaming my name, getting all happy when he sees me. You know what's coming. He comes up to me, he'll tell me, "Oh my God, you're the man, da da da.
Hey.
Give me some money."
I love it.
Every day.
Why are you asking me for money, nigga? We here together, nigga, in the trenches.
He was deboing me. And me, when my biggest problem in life was I always had a problem saying no. So the first day, this guy took advantage of me. I gave him money. The next day, I gave him money again. Third day, I'm saying, what the fuck? How am I going to get out of this? So he's deboing me, right? So I come outside. Before he even starts anything, I say, "I ain't got no money for you." Then guess what he says? I'm not asking for money. Why are you treating me like this? I felt bad. I gave him the money again. He gave me a third time. So fourth day, I'm sitting in the house hungry because I was living on a budget. I'm hungry. I'm like, how am I gonna get out of this? How am I gonna get out of this? So I thought about it. I said, all right, I'm gonna work up the courage. I'm gonna say, give me money. So I go outside. I walk up to him. I told him, "Hey, buddy, I don't have no money. I need money. What's up?" He ran for the hills. I never saw the guy again. Never saw him. Ever again.
What does that mean? What a great story.
And that's like, in Somalia, it was so funny.
They're team TAT, try a thing. They
try a thing all day. Yeah.
Yeah, you can't be mad at it.
So like, my mom was very worried for me when I went to Somalia, because she thought, this guy's he's not gonna make it. He's not gonna make it, because it's very, very tough. But after 2.5 years.
Gives you thick skin?
Gave me thick skin, and I started enjoying it. I started having fun with it, and I learned to say no. And that's the beauty of life. Like, if you look at it in terms of trying to understand and learn, put yourself in uncomfortable situations, you're bound to grow. You're bound to evolve and stuff,
right? Facts. No, me, I'm team no. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, I've been saying no my whole life. Yeah. I love no. It's my favorite 2 letters. N-O. Oh my God.
It's easy to say no, but I always tell people, like, when you have like people that are around you that smooch off you or something, and it's like you wake up every single day of your life 6 a.m. in the morning, you're like, fam, you think life is hard? Like, I'm just gonna pay for everything every single day. I think a part of being Somali or being like hafata or whatever is like, there's people who you think got it, and it's like, I'm not a drug dealer. I'm literally just working for my money, getting up in the morning. Yeah. And it's literally like, oh no, she got it. Oh, you got the bill. And it's regular in Somali culture to do that. Yeah. What come on in your, and it's like, finesse. But we wake up every day, and people, like, everybody that does it, like, they work hard for their money. Money doesn't grow on trees. And I feel like family members will smooch off of you. Friends will smooch off of you. And it's some people could not even be without. They can actually have money in their pocket, but they know you're one of those people. I got it. I got it. So sometimes you think like, damn, I'm just walking around every day. I got it. My bank is boom.
No. But like me, I look at it as like, I do it off. I know they have it. I know they got it. I know they can figure this out. But I'm gonna do it off the love, because at the end of the day,
I'm gonna
be alright. Like, I'm gonna be alright. It's not like this. How I think of it is like, this money was going to be used for me, regardless, on maybe something dumb, maybe whatever. Let me just feed the homies, get some food in their belly. And I know they have it. I know they have the money in their pocket, but it's like, sometimes, that's called lorah. You feel me? Just, it's عادي.
You gotta hug it sometimes.
And you know there's homies that are...
Shaking it?
They're not even shaking it. You know there's homies that have, like, that are strong-handed. Like, that's who they are. Like, they hold their money. You know what I mean? But as I told you, like, I'm not going to let no one change my character. I'm going to still do it.
But
I'm going to still do it.
I was exactly like you until one day I felt like I was being finessed. I'm not even gonna lie, because I've had situations where like I'm so like open-handed, and I'll be in a tight situation where maybe like my card's not here or something, Apple phone's not working, and the person's like all quiet, like looking in the sky and stuff like that. So I feel like I feel like hasidnimo is one thing, you know, to just like genuinely not give people, but to not give the people that give you the most. Is a different type of upbringing.
That's an idiot thing.
You know,
that person don't love you. Yeah, that person don't love you.
And no, it's not about love you. It really happens. It's not even them. It's their literally some people. You know, character you can't shake off.
Yeah,
you can't shake it off.
No, but that's why. You see, this is why I'm gonna tell you guys something. That's why you gotta make sure you put those people in those situations often, because you're gonna break, as you said, it's hard to break habits, right?
Yeah,
that's how you break that habit. You put them in that situation.
Do you think?
I promise you, there's some homies.
Do you think that, you know how a lot of us, there's stuff like that happens and no one speaks on it because it's such an embarrassing thing to say? I've had a situation like that one time, and I've never, like, I couldn't get my words to say it. Like, I couldn't even be like, dude, I do this for you every single day. Like, what's wrong with you? And then
he's the best person to have around.
So guess what I did? I've had multiple times that other people have had that same conversation, and then it was oh, you feel that way? I feel that, and then I turned on to a girl, I was like, I feel like you have the best words, so you might want to share this, because you cannot go to the people and be like this. I'm like, we're gonna hide this for you. And then the girl's like, girl, I'm not telling nothing. That's weird as hell. What am I gonna bring up? 20 different cases? And I'm like,
it's too late.
So I just started avoiding even being at, you know, I would literally be like, oh, I gotta go my gas. Oh, I gotta go. Like, I'm out. Whatever I gotta pay for, I'm out. It's not in my tab.
Call me.
No, you can't do
Next
that.
time, call me.
So do you think there's a way to approach that? Or do you think that you should leave it alone?
No, you should
always approach it.
Why?
Always. You gotta call. As soon as you call it out, life becomes way easier for you.
Because you know what it is? Some people...
Everybody's so embarrassed. So
ignorance. As they say, ignorance is bliss. Sometimes these people do these things, and in the back of their head, they're saying, yo, no one's saying nothing. So you guys not saying nothing is giving them the power and the know-how of, like, I can do this. Because I know Bella's not going to say shit. I know so-and-so's not going to say nothing. I'm going to keep doing it. Until someone says, yo, listen,
what you're doing,
this is not those ones. Like, brother, like, you're not here all the time moving like this, brother. Like, we're gonna go.
I feel like men could do that.
Yeah, no, the difference between
women have more hashod.
They do. But guess what I'm doing? I'm taking that same homie. I'm going to a restaurant. I'm getting the menu. I'm buying everything, and I'm saying, okay, brother. I'm looking at the lady. One bill, brother's gonna handle it. He's gonna look at me like, what? He might not even have it. I have the money.
Yeah, he'll say,
brother, you're gonna figure it out. Yeah. I'm gonna sit there. I'll let you figure it out. I'll sit there. I'll tell them, wait, I have no money.
We'll be washing dishes that night, definitely.
I'll sit there. If you're gonna take it to the extent of us washing, I'm okay. I'm ready. I have the money to pay for this.
I'm not going to pay. Women, when it comes to that, you know, we think we're catty, but everything, because it's such a...
It's awkward. That's what it is.
It's like having like a coworker that smells. Like, you think you can go tell somebody, fam, I cannot sit beside you every single day. Brother, put on some
bust them the soap.
Yeah, but you can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. Well, I hate, what do you call it? Backhand embarrassment? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
I hate it. I hate it. Literally, I hate it. Go ahead.
When I was younger, I was very aggressive, and
we don't believe that. Your eyebrows say different.
I was very aggressive. And that's why I used to rub people the wrong way a lot. Either people love me or hate me, because I was very blunt. Like, if I see somebody doing something crazy that I didn't like, I would say it. And as you grow, you learn that you gotta choose your words wisely. That's why I admire Smooth so much, because he knows how to articulate and maneuver with words and stuff like that. And that's a skill. And I'm gonna tell you guys a story about Nabi Dawood. And there was a time he was known for always praying. Like, he would make the best du'as. And one time he was in his prayer chambers, and he finished his prayer, walked out. He seen two men standing in his courtyard, and he didn't know where they came from. And the two men, one of them said, hey, we want you to settle a dispute for us, because he was considered the most just of judges. Two brothers, one brother had 99 sheep, the other brother had one. The one with the one sheep is telling Nabi Dawood,
hey, Prophet Dawood, I want you to settle this for me. My brother has a wicked tongue, and he was able to convince me to give him the one sheep. So he gave him the one sheep, and he's telling him, tell him to give it back to me. So Nabi Dawood said, to his guy with the 99 sheep who got the extra sheep, he told him, you're wrong for this, give it back. This is unjust. The two men disappeared.
Okay.
And then he knew right away that he made a mistake. It was a test from Allah.
Okay.
After that, he realized it's your fault if you agree to something. It's not other person's fault.
Wow.
So what you say, if you say agree to something, it's your fault. You know how it says in the Quran, like you have to hold your word.
Yes.
You can't get offended.
So if somebody does something to you, allow them to do that.
They beat you. It's a game. Life is a game. So it's not their fault. For this, you understood from a young age. You can't blame somebody else for what you decide. So like,
but I've heard that story, but I like, you know, people look at things with different different context and different contexts. With this, you put it really into perspective. I always thought it's like if a group of people tell me like, oh, let's go here, and I know here is like a bad place and something's gonna happen, and I chose to go there, I always be like, okay, I put my foot in my mouth, I did that, you know. But when somebody is just playing the cheapsy card, it's just like it drains your energy to even want to have that conversation.
They beat you,
and they beat you. And you know, a lot of people say, even friends and like coworkers that go through like having family members that are cheap and stuff like that. It's like, fam, they do that with me, and I let it happen.
You let it happen. It's not worth it.
It's not worth it.
Don't hate the player, hate the game. They always tell you that. Yeah. They always tell since a kid. They tell you don't hate the player.
Here's the thing, though. Like you can do that to people. It will work. You'll make them uncomfortable. You'll take advantage of them. But life's a marathon. Like now we're a little older. Everybody in your age group, you understand who's who. You know who's cheap. You know who's open-handed. You know who's nice, who's not. And as you get older, you're gonna start seeing people start separating from. You're like, oh my God, that person's coming. Debo's coming. I gotta go. That's what's gonna happen.
That's hilarious.
So the people when they're younger that were getting taken advantage of in their teens and their 20s, that everybody's looking at, oh, this guy's miskin. We're eating him.
We're eating him. He's shaking him. Everything is pockets. He don't know nothing. He's working his miskin job. It's lunchtime. Rogers. Okay, make $16 an hour. What? You're feeding the whole block.
But that guy's building a reputation. That woman's building a reputation. When they hit 30, 40, and they're still maintaining the same debat, they're winning in life because your reputation precedes you.
Absolutely. Yeah. But don't you think that hinders them longer in life just because they're finessing people? I feel like how you were saying last time, you were saying how when you're in Somalia, some guy, they were telling a story about a crazy guy that was walking about, they were saying like, oh, he used to drink whatever, or like intoxicated. I feel like people will always remember how you treated them, how you acted, your characteristics. 20 years from now, they're like, Bella Bigta, she thinks she's all that YouTuber has made that she's a dude.
That's scary.
They might say, people that don't know me, but people who know me be like, oh, she's open-handed, she helped me in my time that I need her. You know, when people could assume stuff about you, but when people that are in your immediate circle speak about your characteristics, for the most part, it's true. You know, and so the worst thing to be is a close-handed person, and people who cheat, and the people that cheats the people. That's the worst.
But the thing is, they have a harder time in life, like you said, right? Because as you get older, everybody learns how to use words to get out of situations. Because when you're younger, you're always trying to prove yourself. As you get older, you're trying to avoid competition. You figure out ways to maneuver out of situation with words, right? Yeah. So you see people when they hit their like 40, you're gonna see who really put the work in, who really wanted it really bad. Because if you look at Jeff Bezos, the richest man in the world right now.
And his wife's the richest woman.
And the richest woman in the world.
Divorced.
Right? Yeah. And you see how if you look at videos of him in the 90s, he's a nerd. All he talked about was school. All he focused on was working on building something bigger, and everybody was laughing at him. And he ended up becoming the richest man in the world like that.
The grind don't sleep.
The grind don't sleep. It's literally not about what you do, not about what you have. It's literally.
But sometimes, you know what I think? A lot of the times people set you to believe that you need to only be book smart to kind of maneuver through life. No. I feel like street smart overpowers everything. You need a balance. You need a balance. The ball. You know, sometimes when you're just a nerd in the book all day, one little prick hits you weren't ready for the real life because you're too much in your life sheltered. Real life, sometimes you need to be out and about in real life.
But I feel like how to deal with people.
You know. You know what I always said? Sometimes like I see females, because I always say females because I'm a female, and they act a certain way, and they're introverts, and they have certain characteristic, and then you don't want to say that they're bad people. They're not. They're probably the greatest people of really great people. It's just a lot of people are not personable because they didn't have a lot of one-on-one experience with coming outside, being like open. You know, I feel like with me, like when I grew up in Regent Park, you guys, I always had the most different upbringing than any typical Somali girl in Regent Park. Why? This is what you guys ask. Why?
Why?
You already know though.
Why?
Yeah.
You're throwing fisticuffs.
Yes, fisticuffs. No, it's not only that. It's not only that. I came from a household where my childhood, like, it was very, like, I wasn't too sheltered. Again, my mom passed away when I was younger. My dad was a taxi driver. All I had to be home by Maghrib. God knows where I was.
Yeah.
My dad thinks I'm in the park. Fam, I was at the movie theater by myself at 12 years old.
Yeah.
And it's not because my dad was neglecting me. It's because I was left to make my own decisions in life. I met a lot of people when I was young. I dealt with a lot of characters. The person I've become today is because I grew up in that kind of atmosphere. In high school, I am very personable. I'm meeting different characters. Things don't get to me fast. I don't get mad easily. Like, it's just when you're so sheltered and all you know is your two family members and your mom and your first cousin, and you don't know anything that's going on in your neighborhood, and your whole entire elementary or middle school or any upbringing, homeschool, homework club, homeschool, homework club, homeschool, when you finally get to reality, you're running like a, you don't know as your family. You're going left, right, left. You're just, sometimes you don't even know how to adapt to regular shit that people have been doing since they were like, you know?
And that's why you scared me.
No, but that's but in life.
You get it, you need life experience.
No, but you also, like, with that, you need the book smarts. You need a good balance. You know what I mean?
I feel like
you want to be.
I feel like you could be book smart at any time in your life.
No,
I feel like you could
no, you
catch
can't.
it.
No, you can't.
Swear to God.
I don't think you could just catch it.
If you're a weirdo, you cannot change being a weirdo.
No, you can't. You can never change that.
You can't. I'm sorry.
But I'm saying to you, like, someone that's
introvert, weirdo, can't communicate, don't have any personality.
No, yeah.
That's something that's never gonna change. And guess what? You could be the smartest person, but ain't nobody want to be around a weirdo.
Yeah.
That takes everything personal.
Yeah.
That cries over little things.
No, but that's
nobody
facts. No, but
likes
that's
that.
life.
Because you know, even me right now, I'm not trying to gas
Social
myself all
skills.
day. I go to Regent Park. Sometimes I work out.
Enjoy it.
Wait, sometimes I work out, right? I go to the Somali homes. How does that? I'm talking to the Egyptians, the Arabs, the Somalis. There's no Habian. Like, even if I see an Ethiopian, I'm like, are you new?
Yeah.
You must be new. Welcome to the club. Do you like Shahi? Do you like it black? Do you like it white?
Party. She's the whole welcome party.
Because, and then I had friends used to tell me, how do you work out in Regent Park? One of my friends told me, how do you work out in Regent Park? I said, I love it. I whoever's there. One day I'm walking with a Hoyo. The next day I'm walking with an aunt. Sometimes I'm walking with my sister, the middle-aged ladies, and they're talking about their marriage, and one's divorced. So I said to her, it's so fun. There's no 2 days that's the same. My friend was like, they called me fat once and I never went back. They said, why are you so big? You need to run more. And I said, girl, that's the only thing they said to you? Like, I said, that's the only thing they said to you? And I'm not condoning fat shaming, but you know what they say to me every day? You're so when are you going to have children? And I'm like, Habir, like, in life, it's like, you have to take things with a grain of salt. No one's here to attack you. When you wake up and you know that everything is not an attack, you see things different.
Yeah, facts, because that's just our culture is say it.
Kaftan.
Like, it's say it, make jokes.
They
Like,
wanna see where your head's at.
Yeah, like, they're trying to see if you're strong or not. They're throwing rocks at you to see if you shatter. They literally say if you're a glass house. They're throwing rocks, and if you break right away, they're gonna be like, this one's soft. They grew up soft. They're not one of us.
100%.
But then when they make fun of you and you kick it with them and you make jokes, and they're like, oh yeah, this he gonna make it. She gonna make it. This one right here, she prepared for life. You know what I mean?
Like this.
It gets you ready. All these type of things, they get you ready for life. And you can't get these experiences from a book. You gotta live it.
Exactly.
Right? But you also you gotta have the
There's
education.
no book to teach you how to be a people's person.
but you also gotta have the education behind it. You gotta have the education behind it of what you want to do. Because you can be street smart all day long. But if you don't have a purpose and you don't know what you want to do, you gotta know how to do that too. You got to be able to read. You got to be able to write.
But you can be a hustler. I'm all for higher education, but I know people that have high degrees, and it's like, I didn't get a job in my field, so I'm not working. My parents are paying my bills, and it's just like there's no hustle.
Yeah, that person has no hustle because they don't have because they don't have that
Street
side.
Smart.
That's what I'm saying. You can get a high education, but once you get that high education, what are you doing with it? Are you gonna be like stagnant and be like, oh yeah, I went for this one job, I didn't get it? No, that's not how life works. Like you got that degree, okay, now your job is get on your grind, get on your hustle, go in a room, get in a room with some people, talk to some people, apply for 1 million jobs, jobs, fail at 10 of them, get another 10. Like, that's how life works.
You know, like
I call myself the hood HR.
I'm gonna tell you guys
Every
the
day.
story.
Okay.
I'm gonna tell you guys the story about how I met Smooth. All right,
Okay.
and we talked about how we all met each other. I'm gonna tell you guys this story. This is a very, very funny story.
What happened? Were you trying to rob him?
No. We met on the basketball court in what was it, like 9 years ago, and Somali basketball. It was SMBL, right?
Shout out to them.
So I'm coming to SMBL thinking I'm nice, coming off just do whatever hell I want to do. This guy's on the court. I don't know who he is. As soon as I step on the court, he's talking trash to me. Right away.
I want you right now.
He's
Did you wink?
trash
Did you
to
wink?
me.
All of it. Everything in the bag.
Did it all.
Everything in the bag.
He's telling me, yo, you can't shoot. Guess what I'm doing? I'm taking shots like an idiot.
Yo, you better come on. Look how you just like to come on.
I'm going, this young guy, how's he talking shit to me? I'm nice. He can't talk shit to me. Little did I know, the body and the mind were not working. Smooth busted my ass. He busted my ass, and then I never came back to the basketball league.
Nah.
And they made fun of me for how long?
Nah, you know what it was? It's like literally like even basketball's like life.
Yeah.
In life,
That's what it
you
was.
gotta see. Like, you may not be the best player in the world. Like
I'm actually
me,
the
I'm
best player in the
skinny.
world.
I was skinny.
I'm really good
I'm
baller.
small. Like, I know how to
Good job,
maneuver
guy.
with the body that God gave me.
Yeah.
Like, I know how to maneuver what I got. But if I see someone else, I'm like, you know what? This guy might be feeling himself. He might think he's nice. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna rattle him. I'm gonna talk some shit. I'm gonna see where his head's at. They're like, you don't ball, man. You're old, man. You used to be nice. You think you have a shot?
Ageism.
Yeah, you say you got a shot. You can't shoot. You're gonna take that shot. And if he hits that shot, obviously his confidence is gonna boost. But if he misses, oh my goodness, it's breaking him down.
Yeah.
It's breaking. I'm winning the battle. So now you get more into his head. You say, man, who's this guy? Where'd you guys find this guy? You gotta break them down. But like, it's what you do in that situation. It's like that. So then don't let Mr. Nomad lie to you. He didn't leave because of that. You know what I mean? He left.
He had a date.
He left.
He had a date.
He left because he had a sweet 16 birthday party, and his sweet 16 never ended. That's all that happened. You know what I mean?
true.
Hey. The legend lives on. The legend lives on.
Cannot confirm nor
You know,
deny.
yeah. But shout out to SMB. You know, I went to that league, won a couple championships. You know what I mean? You know, that's what I do.
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? Wherever I go, you win. You know what I mean? I represent it for the people. You know, we do what we do.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to win, and I did.
You know what? Winning is fun. Winning is addictive. But in life, if you don't fail, you ain't gonna win.
Ever.
Yeah. If you
Ever.
don't get uncomfortable, if you don't get insulted, if you're not comfortable looking stupid, you're not getting nothing really good in this world.
Ever.
Absolutely.
You gotta get butt ass naked, have fun, because this world is.
I don't know about the butt ass naked.
No, but you said sun's out, buns out. He's taking it.
When I
and
said
he's
buns
letting
out,
it
I
run with
meant like
it.
barbecue buns, burgers.
No,
No, he's
okay,
Y'all are
letting
weird as
He's
hell.
letting the buns out. All right, let him live it.
I've always lived my
Y'all
life
know
wrong.
where these guys' heads at. You obviously see where their heads at.
Our heads are at Turks and Caicos like everybody else.
Currently 12 degrees in Toronto, so if they're hallucinating, it's because they didn't have enough water. Both of them had meat for breakfast.
Wow, she's really going in today.
It's the sun. It's the sun.
Yeah, so we're gonna talk about confidence next week, and I wanted you to interview DJ Hilka. I want you to hear his story of how he is this confident.
Hey, why doesn't he interview me?
Oh, hey.
I'm playing DJ Helka. You know you're my dog. I will
Hey.
interview you for days. I have a lot of questions for you. First of all, I want to learn how he started DJing. How he know all my favorite YouTubers in Malaysia.
How does he know them? How does he know them?
Interconnected with
Yo,
those people.
you gotta hook up-
They have
you gotta
more
hook up
welcome
with-
parties than I do.
Oh, and yes, just so you guys know, if Bella ever comes to a city near you,
definitely-
she is
welcome party.
expecting. She's
welcome
expecting she wants a welcome party. No, she needs a welcome party.
First of all, if you don't
And
like-
beside her will be Smooth. I want one. Don't let me play you guys. I want one.
Or we're both gonna give each other. Are you a Vinta guy or I'm not a Vinta? I don't drink.
No, Vimta, you know we don't do them.
You don't do that?
No,
Okay,
no.
big Pepsi.
Oh wow!
So join us next time when I am interviewing DJ Helka, and you guys will be
Are you
not
gonna
speaking.
be ready for his Nigerian accent? That's my favorite part about it.
I like the glasses personally. It's a vibe for me.
It's the drip. It's the drip.
And when he goes into his reggae vibe, this is done. This is giving me
You
2009.
gotta talk to him. You gotta talk to him.
I love him.
First of all, you know the other day DJ Helka was on live, and I kept like, oh my god, DJ Helka, and he paid me no mind. And you know, I was never like coming to your live and not saying nothing. He did not pay me no mind.
Yeah,
I
we're
just
gonna
said,
have to address
big,
that.
You know,
We're gonna have to.
big tune that. No Mama, he didn't even say, I see you. Most people do. If I'm out here gassing.
He didn't give me the I see you?
I kept saying, hello.
Yeah, we're gonna have to address that. DJ, we're gonna have to address that.
I'm telling you, he's a big salad, eh?
Yeah, we got him.
So let's move into the Somali Spotlight. This Somali Spotlight we're gonna do it on. And the Somali Spotlight for today is Just Bati. And Just Bati is a women's loungewear company that was opened up by a beautiful soul in the UK. She's actually a primary school teacher, and her side hustle is Just Bati. She also has another company called Amazil London, which they provide air fresheners, unsis, incense burners, perfumes, prayer mats, and prayer dresses. The ultimate aim is to provide affordable products and clothing, yet good quality. At this particular moment, both their pages are still in the initial stages of growth. So I'd love for you guys to go out and purchase and support our sister in the UK with this amazing idea where she's selling batis and also her other company.
But batis, they have bonnets and stuff too. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
They have bonnets?
Yeah.
I need a bonnet still.
What do they have bonnets?
They have bonnets too?
Yeah.
You know me, I need a bonnet.
I think a girl was putting it on Snapchat and saying, "Oh,
Bonnets?
I got this bonnet from It's Bati." I'm pretty sure.
I wish
and it's
I
like
had
Somali Dakhan, like they have like the Hindi Dakhan color and stuff like that. Bleh.
So we're doing the spotlight on Just Bati, which is a UK bold loungewear company that deals with the batis for Somali girls. And you know me, my favorite thing I ever seen was a Somali girl in a bati that was sheep herding, right? So I had to do this.
Facts.
It sounds very creepy, you guys.
No, sounds like a great woman.
What?
Sounds like a
You know,
great
Fashion Nova
woman.
has batis now.
No, you don't.
I'm joking. I'm gonna throw that out there.
Yo, we need Bella to get that Fashion Nova.
Sorry. No man said no. You don't.
No, yeah.
Get Fashion Nova on the line right now.
100%. We need.
Send Bella's two batis.
No, we need that. Fashion Nova.
All
If
right.
you ever listen to this,
Okay,
get Bella.
You're
Get Bella.
getting carried away. Back to the spotlight.
We're just gonna finish it off right there and just go into the glad tidings to the believer.
Now, all jokes aside, you know we always like to leave you with a gem. The gem today is a story from a book of all books, Al-Quran Al-Kareem. We want to share some verses from Qasas. If you guys know the story of Qarun, for those who know, they know, and for those who don't, you're about to get a little lesson today. So turn this up. Qarun was from the people of Musa alayhi salam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala described Qarun's wealth with, we gave him treasures whose keys would burden a band of strong men. So Allah here is describing how strong Qarun's wealth was. His people said to him, do not exalt. Indeed, Allah does not like the exultant. Exalt means to show or feel lively or great happiness in a victory. But then Allah says, but seek through that which Allah has given you, the home of the hereafter, and yet do not forget your share of the world, and do good as Allah has done good to you, and desire not corruption in the land. Indeed, Allah does not like corrupters.
Go get it. You better get that bag. That's basically what Allah's telling you. Get the bag, but don't forget your Lord.
Ever. Don't ever.
That's
Remain
actually,
humble.
That's actually very, very beautiful. Mm-hmm. I would love to chime in on this. I feel like a lot of the times when people think about working for your akhirah, they think that it means to forget the dunya. Like a lot of people. Like I remember I had a first cousin that was a Naqabi. The same time I was a Naqabi, and alhamdulillah, Allah made her successful in it, and she's still a Naqabi, and she's actually a Duksi teacher. She graduated. She's my first cousin, my mom's sister's daughter. She is a Duksi teacher in Regent Park, and she graduated from Al Huda Institution. I remember when she wanted to get married, she was 21 years old, and our aunt was like, not against it, but she was more like, no, if you start studying the religion and go to Al Huda, you're more likely to not finish like your regular secular university. I'm not for it. I want you guys all of you guys, like she's seen that we're having this rush of iman, and even my father at that time, he goes, you could do whatever you want, but you go into university and you gotta work and you gotta, so a lot of the time we forget that we live in a land that it's obviously a kuffar land, and stuff like the niqab, the hijab is already hard enough to excel in our careers and stuff. We feel we have a lot of prejudice against us and like racist slurs, especially even when I wear a niqab. I never felt it as a hijabi, I'm not gonna lie, and I tell people a hijab is nothing to covering your face in Canada, you know? That's when people start looking at you. Your own people start looking at you like you're crazy, you know? And so back to the story, my cousin was able to have a full-time regular job as a niqabi, go to Al Huda institution, finish Al Huda schooling, become a Duksi teacher, didn't go back to school, but she was excelling in a career because she was working hard every single day to obviously get her akhirah, do something she's passionate about, and also to meet her mother's needs. You have to choose one or the other. Life is not about choosing one or the other, especially when it comes to the happiness of your parents. If they're telling you, oh, don't pray salah, don't wear the hijab, stuff like that, obviously you got to choose your Lord and the deen. But when it comes to wanting the best for your hereafter, it starts with even making the people around you happy. You can't be a burden in your own household. So when your mom wakes up every single day and she's doing all the chores and she's cleaning and she's working 7 days a week, and you're saying, oh my God, I'm going to just learn Quran, but I'm not going to help you with those bills, then you're taking away her haqq, right?
Yeah, working is a part of worshiping.
Yeah. And so I'm going to leave it with you at that. There's always hope in the end of the tunnel. As long as you see that Allah there's no gray area in this religion, and this religion is not a burden. It literally tells you how to be successful in this dunya and how to be successful in the hereafter. And there's no choosing one over the other or straining one to succeed in the other, unless there's fitna in the land where you can't actually succeed in.
You know, like my experience in Somalia changed my perception on reality, because when I was younger, I used to look at it like I wouldn't pray because I'm like, yo, I'm not ready. It's unless I can do it 5 times a day, but that's the dumbest thing in the world, because you're never gonna get there, right? And when I seen old men, 60, 70 years old, who went through different experiences in life, where they went to all these different countries and went through all these different types of hardships, and they just start praying when they're 60 years old and their knees are shaking in the mosque, and I see that, and it gives me hope. It gives, and I see a lot of young brothers and sisters who are not praying and they feel bad about it. Don't feel bad about it. Trust your Lord, because Allah loves the most is a young person that worshiped Allah when you were young. So if you're one of these people that when you were young you had a love for Allah, do not fear the mercy of your Lord. Your Lord will turn you back. Just be patient.
It's beautiful.
And it gives me so much hope, because when I used to hear young, I used to be like, oh my God, I'm not young. I just started practicing like 5 years ago and whatever, starting like taking my salah as serious as possible within the last like 6-7 years. But I read that young in Islamic terms is up until 40. Age 40 is kind of still your young adolescence. So apparently, like from the time that your salah is accepted to like about the age of 40 is Sha'ban. Like that's when you're young.
So part of the youth.
Part of your youth. So it's like our 20s, we're still so young, unmarried, going through regular trials and tribulations of the world. And if you still kind of find a rope of Allah to hold on to during that time, Allah knows how much you have to sacrifice in those times. You know what I'm trying to say?
It's not easy.
It's easy at 40 and 50 to stay home and like, you know, our parents always said, like, even my dad always used to say, like, the deen gets more passionate when you get older, only because you feel like your time's coming to an end. And so you get on it. But when I see young girls like you and you guys, your imans like are going up at like 20 years old, and you're in a kuffar land and you have 100 odds against you and you have to still succeed in this world, like, of course Allah is gonna give.
Yeah, he's gonna challenge you.
Of course.
You gotta be patient. You gotta fail. You gotta try different things. When it comes to Islam, the thing is, nobody can tell you what it is. You gotta figure out yourself.
Absolutely.
MashaAllah.
And this topic will never be unfinished because it's beautiful.
Ooh. So next week we're gonna be doing that confidence topic, because if you ain't got confidence, you ain't got nothing at all.
Shout out to the DJ.
Helka, greatest DJ in the world.
He knows the secret.